Good morning, Year 4. Today we're going to be looking at time graphs. Now for this activity I am going to need a ruler, and we did pop a ruler in one of your recent learning packs, so make sure you've got that to help you today. So today it says time graphs let you show something that changes over time, and here is an example here. So Gordon builds an ice sculpture. When he first builds it, it is 190 centimetres tall. And then what he's done, and he's drawn a time graph to see how long it takes the sculpture to melt. So I can see that up here, I've got the height in centimetres, and along the bottom of my graph, I've got the time in hours. So the first question asks me, after how long was the sculpture recorded as 100 centimetres tall? Now, if I know that my height is up the side here, I'm going to find where it says 100 centimetres. Now, this is where my ruler will come in handy, because I can then scan across to the actual graph. And then if I rotate my ruler around the other way and I come down, I can see that after 5 hours, the sculpture had melted down to 100 centimetres tall. And then the second question asks, after how many hours did Gordon record that the sculpture had melted completely? So my sculpture is going to be 0 centimetres tall if it's melted completely. And I can either use my ruler or I can scan across. And I can see that after 10 hours, the sculpture had melted completely. Okay, so we're just completing set A today, and you've got graphs here. Now, it's up to you. You can copy these into your maths books or a squared book or your line book, but I do prefer to use squares. So if you haven't got a squared book at home, try and use the squares in the book we've given you. So let's just have a look at Jonathan. So Jonathan measured the height of a small tree in his garden over 8 months. The time graph on the right shows its growth. So it does say copy out the graph and join up the crosses with straight lines. Now that's really, really important. I'm not going to just go from cross to cross freehand. I'm going to use my ruler to make sure that my lines are precise and I can read my graph properly, because if I don't draw precise straight lines, I might read them and get the incorrect answer. So number 6, how tall was the tree when he first measured it? Well, when he first measures it, is it going to be 8 months? No, that's towards the end, because he measures it for 8 months, so it's going to be 0 months, isn't it? Now if I scan up, it is 20 centimetres tall. Now don't forget to add your unit of measure. He's measuring in centimetres. How tall was the tree after 6 months? So again, I'm coming back down here to my months. I'm not looking up here yet because that's my height. So that's no months, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. I'm grabbing my ruler, placing it on the blue line and scanning up till I get to that red cross. Now this time I'm going to rotate my ruler round. And look, it comes here. It comes in between 60 and 80. So what number would be there on my chart? Well, I know that the number that is directly in between 60 and 80 is 70. So how tall was the tree after 6 months? It was 70 centimetres. Yeah. Okay, let's look at number 8, and then you guys can have a go at questions 1 to 4 and 9 to 12. After how many months did he measure the tree as 40 centimetres? So this time, the question is giving me the measurement information. So I'm not going to look across the bottom. I'm going to look up the side here. So 40 centimetres, 0, 20, 40. I'm going to pop my ruler this way round. There's my red cross. And I'm rotating it, scanning down. How many months? 2. So after how many months did he measure the tree as 40 centimetres? I'm actually going to write 2 months. Okay, let us know if you have any questions. That should be quite straightforward today, but we are here to help.